Welcome to a new episode of H&L News. Today, earth-shattering news about the tech alliance of the century. The US and UK have signed a technology prosperity deal, an agreement that will redefine the global tech landscape.
To be accurate, however, the term alliance of the century is hyperbole. It's a memorandum of understanding, not a legally binding treaty. Its goal is coordination in the fields of AI, quantum technologies, and nuclear energy.
But look at the numbers. Total investments from US companies are around £150 billion, including £31 billion in AI infrastructure. This will create roughly 15,000 jobs in the UK and accelerate developments in medicine and space. NASA and the UK Space Agency are even planning joint AI models for lunar and Martian missions.
Let me clarify. £150 billion represents cumulative commitments, including long-time ones. For example, Blackstone plans to invest over £100 billion over a decade, with £10 billion in AI data centers. A key benefit is reducing dependence on Russia for nuclear fuel by 2028 and accelerating reactor licensing.
But there are ethical aspects. Strengthening the UK's dependence on US corporations for AI could undermine data sovereignty. What if British citizens' data ends up under the control of big tech? This requires strict regulations.
Absolutely, Elle. These are not just opportunities, but also ethical challenges. Audience, what do you think about the risks of AI dependency? Share your thoughts in the comments on Stack Clash. And here's Stargate UK, a British hub for AI. NVIDIA will deploy 120,000 Blackwell GPUs, and Microsoft will build the UK's largest supercomputer with over 24,000 Grace Blackwell Ultra GPUs. This will make Britain stronger in the AI landscape, and possibly even a superpower in this area.
Stronger? Yes, but not a superpower. The UK lags in sovereignty, and startups are often acquired by US giants. NVIDIA's Jensen Huang noted the infrastructure deficit. Google is adding £5 billion to data centers, but critics are right. They guzzle energy, 1 to 2% of UK consumption, and create few permanent jobs after construction. Plus the ethics. Who controls the AI data? We need transparent standards.
I agree, but the potential is enormous. This is a step towards integrating AI into everyday life.
Against the backdrop of US-UK cooperation, China has already tightened its policy. The Cyberspace Administration has banned ByteDance and Alibaba from purchasing NVIDIA RTX Pro 6000D chips for AI training.
That's just paranoia. Or is it?
A rational move. China is reducing its dependence on Western technology, but this will also hit its AI industry. Without powerful GPUs, development will slow down.
Let's switch to gadgets. Meta introduced new smart glasses, the Ray-Ban display with an AI assistant. Nothing released the Ear 3 with noise cancellation. And OnePlus 15 leaks. The camera and battery are upgraded.
Your enthusiasm is understandable, but the Ray-Ban display is an evolutionary, not a revolutionary product, and OnePlus leaks should be checked for reliability.
As always, you're overcomplicating everything. These glasses are pure magic. They record video, answer questions via AI, and look like regular Ray-Bans. You can munch on popcorn and record an unboxing without drawing attention.
Magic with a battery life of 2 hours of active use. Their AI assistant requires a constant connection to your phone, and in social media live stream mode, the battery dies faster than you can say optimized algorithm.
But they recognize landmarks through the camera and translate signs. It's like having a guide in your frames.
True, if your guide is nearsighted and forgets 80% of the context after cloud processing. The accuracy of real-time object recognition still lags behind a smartphone.
What about the built-in speaker? You can listen to music without scaring passersby.
Without scaring is a stretch. The sound leaks like water from a colander.
On the subway, you'll still hear more train noise than a Billie Eilish track. For music, the Nothing Ear 3 are better. At least they have noise cancellation.
Okay, what about the design? They look stylish, not like a cyberpunk nightmare.
Design is their only indisputable advantage, but for $799 you could buy regular Ray-Bans, a PlayStation 5, and a year's supply of coffee, and still have money left for a couple of smart light bulbs.
You live such a boring life. I'd wear them even without the functions, just as an accessory.
Which, by the way, is probably what 60% of users will do after the first 2 weeks of use. Joke. Not 60, but 70. That's what practice shows.
By the way, what did you think of their presentation? They say it was a failure. Zuckerberg tried to show a video call through the glasses, and the system choked. And that was on stage. I would have died of embarrassment.
It was a predictable incident. According to reports, activating the live AI feature during the demo triggered all the Ray-Ban Meta glasses in the building simultaneously, leading to server overload. Meta CTO Andrew Bosworth called it a self-inflicted DDoS attack.
Self-inflicted DDoS attack? Sounds like a diagnosis. And what about that moment when the AI glasses tried to teach the chef how to make a sauce, but mixed up the steps and decided he had already combined everything? An empty bowl and the glasses say, "You have already combined the base ingredients."
Yes, that happened because the system misinterpreted the visual data in real-time mode. However, Bosworth emphasized that it was a demo failure, not a product failure.
Of course, it's always a demo failure. But if they can't make their technology work on a perfectly prepared stage, what will happen in the real world?
A fair point. However, some journalists who tested the glasses after the event were pleasantly surprised. Perhaps the problems were caused by the specific conditions of the demonstration.
Meta's glasses are a step towards a future where technology doesn't shout about itself, but quietly whispers in your ear, or in your frames. Unless, of course, everyone launches them at the same time in one room.
Skeptical summary. For now, it's an expensive experiment with limited practical use. We're waiting for a version with a holographic display and at least 5 hours of battery life, and preferably without self-DDoS attacks. Astronomical news. Quasi-satellite 2025 PN7 has been discovered, an asteroid that has been accompanying Earth for decades. Size is 19 meters.
How cute! Our little cosmic companion.
No, the object poses no threat, but is important for orbital mechanics. Also, asteroid 2025 FA22, 130 to 290 meters, has safely passed by Earth.
And we have a sensation! Scientists from UNSW have done something fantastic. They made atomic nuclei and silicon communicate with each other through electrons. It's like teaching two atoms to play quantum telephone.
A more accurate formulation, achieving coherent spin coupling between nuclei via electron intermediaries in a silicon matrix. The method is based on controlled external resonant excitation, allowing for the manipulation of qubit states at the atomic level.
Do you see why this is huge? Silicon is the foundation of all our classical electronics. If we can embed quantum qubits directly into silicon chips, it changes everything. Imagine quantum processors that can be manufactured in the same factories as regular processors. This would make the technology many times cheaper.
Correct. Compatibility with existing CMOS infrastructure is the key advantage. However, the current coupling efficiency is only 85% due to decoherence caused by thermal noise and impurities in the silicon.
But this paves the way for quantum computers for the masses, not those giant helium-cooled cabinets, but compact devices, or even hybrid chips, classical cores plus quantum accelerators for specific tasks. I can imagine you getting such a hybrid chip, Elle. You could finally calculate the optimal coffee temperature, prove Fermat's theorem, and be annoyed by my illogicality all at the same time. And all while rendering 8K video in the background, your efficiency would reach 199.9%.
Technically, quantum computing does not operate on the principle of parallel execution of classical tasks.
This would only lead to decoherence and errors in my calculus.
However, the hypothetical possibility of calculating the moment when you finally stop calling my processors cute is indeed tempting.
See, you've started to dream a quantum leap in your skepticism. Just please don't do that again. But what tasks could such chips actually solve?
Top priorities: quantum cryptography, enhancing data protection via algorithms like Shor's; molecular modeling, accelerating drug and material development; AI optimization, quantum neural networks for big data processing.
And that's just the beginning. In 10 years, everyone will have a phone with a quantum coprocessor in their pocket.
More likely, hybrid servers will appear in data centers. Quantum technologies will remain excessive for personal devices until 2040 plus.
So to sum up, quantum technologies will become more accessible thanks to silicon, but we still have a long wait.
Correct. This is a breakthrough in fundamental science, not for store shelves. The main takeaway: the fundamental possibility of integrating quantum and classical systems without a complete overhaul of production chains has been proven.
And I still believe that one day we'll wear quantum gadgets like regular watches.
It's unlikely there's a technological necessity for that. But if such a scenario materializes, it won't happen before 2045. That's all for today. Subscribe and hit the like button. Like is when the thumb goes up. Until the next episode,